You've seen crows your whole life and never thought twice about them. They land, they peck, they leave. But spend 5 minutes watching the one on your fence, and something starts to feel off, like it's doing something a bird has no business doing. It's not eating, it's not moving, it's watching you back. The tests we use to measure primate intelligence, crows take them. Their brain fits in your fist. Their IQ has no business being this high. That crow knows your face. It has a name for you. Not in words, but something closer to a memory file, updated every time you appear. By the end of this video, you'll know that crows have been briefing each other about you. That young crows attack people they have never once met because an older crow told them to. And that the story of how we discovered all of this involves a rubber mask, a university campus, and a confrontation that kept escalating for years after the researchers stopped trying. By the time this video ends, you will have watched a crow funeral. You just don't know it yet. 1. The crow on your fence has a face file on you. Most people assume that animals don't distinguish one human from another. We look the same to them: big, loud, unpredictable. That assumption is wrong. Crows recognize individual human faces, not outlines, not silhouettes, faces, specific faces. Your face. Researchers at the University of Washington set out to test this. They had volunteers wear a specific rubber mask, a caveman mask, while trapping and banding crows at 5 sites around Seattle. Birds that had not enjoyed the experience. Then, the researchers walked those same sites wearing different masks, or no mask at all. The crows remembered the threatening mask for years. They scolded it. They dive-bombed it. They recruited other crows, birds who had never seen the original encounter, to join in. The crow on your fence has been building a file on you since the first morning you appeared in the yard. It knows whether you're safe. And that file didn't start with you. 2. Crows share information about specific humans. The recruitment behavior in that study was not random. It was deliberate. Crows transmit threat information across birds who were never present at the original event, socially, vocally, bird to bird. The group that knows your face is not just the one bird on your fence. It's every crow in your neighborhood that has spent time near that bird. They've been briefed. John Marsloff, who led that research, described it as something close to a neighborhood watch. Except the neighborhood is the crows, and you are the subject of discussion. If you have ever been in the same yard consistently, every morning with coffee, every evening to bring in the bins, you are already a known quantity to a network of birds you have never formally met. And that's the least of what they know. 3. Crows plan ahead, not for hours, but for days. There's a behavior that stops people cold when they first hear it. Crows cache food. They bury things, peanuts, pieces of meat, objects, and return for them later. That alone isn't unusual. Lots of animals do it. What's unusual is what crows do if they think they've been watched. If a crow suspects another crow has seen it hide something, it will wait for that bird to leave, then move the cache to a different location. Nicola Clayton at the University of Cambridge documented this across the corvid family, the group that includes crows, ravens, jays, and rooks. In western scrub jays specifically, what she found had been considered uniquely human until then. The bird understands not only what it knows, but what another animal might know. What some researchers call a precursor to theory of mind. And it doesn't stop at food. Crows observe the behavior of other crows around objects, around people, and around the moments when other crows die. That thread comes back at the end of this video. The crow burying something in the far corner of your yard this afternoon may move it tonight because it saw you watching. 4. Crows use tools and teach them to their young. Within the corvid family, one species sits at the far end of what anyone thought a bird could do. New Caledonian crows from an island in the South Pacific are the benchmark against which all other avian tool use is measured. They manufacture hooked tools from sticks and leaf stems, shaped, trimmed, and sized for one task: pulling wood-boring beetle larvae from inside decaying candlenut trees. Gavin Hunt and Russell Gray at the University of Auckland documented that the crows don't just use these tools, they make them. Not something they're born knowing, something they watch and copy. And the younger birds who stand nearby, they carry that knowledge forward. Alex Koselnik's lab at Oxford took it further still. They found these crows assembling compound tools from separate parts, joining pieces together to reach something neither piece could reach alone. Before these crows, only humans and great apes had been seen doing it. The crows in your yard aren't New Caledonian, but they share the same family, the same brain architecture, and the same capacity to pass what they've learned to the next generation. Whatever they've learned. The nut on the road, retrieved after a car cracks it, that one you've seen, and you thought it was a coincidence. 5. Crows hold grudges and pass them down. Back to Marsloff's lab, where they kept monitoring the birds from the mask experiment. 5 years after the original encounter, the threatening mask was still recognized, still scolded. Some of the birds doing the scolding were juveniles, birds who were not alive during the original events. The memory had transferred, not through genetics, through social learning. Young crows, watching older crows respond to a face, learned to treat that face as a threat, without ever having a reason of their own. If someone in your yard mistreated a crow several years ago, a previous owner, a neighbor, a child, it is statistically possible that the crows watching your house today were taught to watch it by birds who remembered. In 2015, a researcher named Kaylee Swift at the University of Washington started staging crow funerals, not metaphorical ones. She would place a taxidermied crow near a feeding site where live crows had been coming for days. Then, she waited. When a crow spotted the body, the alarm call went up, and within minutes, others arrived. They did not scatter, they didn't ignore it, they mobbed the area, loud, agitated, circling. Swift and her co-author John Marsloff recorded a vocalization pattern that didn't match anything in the documented crow repertoire for predators, didn't match the call for food, didn't match anything else. Then they changed the stimulus. A dead pigeon, a red-tailed hawk, a hawk holding a dead crow. Each combination produced a different response. But a dead crow, alone, produced something consistent, something distinct, every time. What they were measuring, Swift wrote, looked less like alarm and more like learning. The crows were studying the body, trying to understand what had killed it, updating the threat file. Crows that attended the gathering avoided that location for days afterward. They know something happened here.